morning, everyone. Welcome to News Extra. This morning, I have a couple of special guests from the High Plains Auto Club, Dr. Daryl Wills and Joe Dutton. Gentlemen, it's that time of year again for the Father's Day Classic Car Show coming up.
Won't be long. Father's Day weekend.
Coming up June 14th and 15th. How many years has it been that we've been putting this together?
This is the 21st year.
Okay, 21st year. And Joe, what will people come to expect when they walk into the location where we're going to have this car show?
Yeah, over at Five Rocks Amphitheater, they're going to have a great show. I mean, every year you always see something different come through the doors and just unique stuff. I mean, last year we had pretty much an old semi truck full of cars, and that's something you don't see every day at any car show. So, and people from all over. I mean, Wyoming, Colorado, South Dakota, everywhere.
Now, Doc, I know that this has been something that has generally grown and grown and grown with participation every year. What are we looking at this year, at least at this point? Of course, there's still the opportunity for people to take part in this, correct?
Sure. We have about 153 registrations as of yesterday, and we expect over 300. That's what we've been doing every year. We've outgrown facilities, so we're over at the Civic Center now, and we are the largest entity that the Civic Center serves meals for. We take up the entire Civic Center, feeding almost 600 people on our Saturday night banquet.
Yeah, and that's quite the tribute to the Auto Club in getting and generating that kind of interest throughout the years that this has been taking place. Now, what kind of vehicles can people expect? Do you know of any specific or unique rides that are going to show up, or are we just going to see a full gamut?
Pretty much a full gamut. I mean, you have cars, sometimes from the teens, 20s, and then you got everything up to even today's cars. Let's see. I heard one person, they had a Mercedes in there one year. It's an SLK, probably a 2010, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me and myself, I have a 2005 Mazda RX-8. I mean, lots of different stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and of course everybody taking pride in their ride and bringing them out and showing them off.
Yeah, we have 9 different categories, Scott, and basically original intent, different ages of vehicles, and then we have modified. We have a special section for trucks, street rods, and then of course the club members enter in our own entity in the club show, but we are not eligible for any prizes. Only those who enter from outside are eligible to win any prizes.
Yeah, and it happens that way. That's only fair, I guess, and and that encourages people from outside the club to come in and take part.
Yeah, and their registration, which is $35, entitles them to meals, 2 meals on Friday night, 2 meals on Saturday night. They're all eligible to cruise for cash on Friday night, and we're giving several $1,000s away when they cruise for cash on Friday night after our initial registration.
Yeah, and of course Saturday, the real big day, if you will, with the morning parade starting at 9 o'clock in downtown Gering. Always got to be a kind of a favorite, having all of these vehicles, one long motorcade, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the High Plains Auto Club Father's Rock and Roll Day Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic. I got to say it right? Rock and Roll Father's Day Classic, which is coming up June 14th and 15th. We'll have more details when we come back on News Extra. We're back on News Extra. My guests this morning are Dr. Daryl Wills and Joe Dutton with the High Plains Auto Club. We're talking about the High Plains Auto Club Rock and Roll Father's Day Classic coming up June 14th and 15th. A couple of venues, obviously, starting off with the parade in downtown Gering on Saturday specifically, but there's also the show and shine, which is a real big thing at Five Rocks Amphitheater. Now, when people go there, obviously they'll see the vehicles and the people that own them and maybe have worked on them and created them. Are there any other activities or vendors or anything that'll be there on site at that time?
Yeah, we got a lot of food vendors on sites. I'm trying to remember all that we have, but I think we had going to have at least 10, maybe, from what we had at the.
That'll be taking part in that.
Yeah. So I mean, anything from, I believe, pizza and tacos and a lot of good people.
Yeah, and that goes from 10 o'clock in the morning for the show and shine until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then, of course, we have the awards dinner. As you were mentioning, there's multiple different categories that people can win if they enter and register to bring their vehicles.
Absolutely, Scott. And one of the things unique about our show is that anyone that attends has a right to vote. And they vote for a car in each category, so the winners are tallied up based on the number of votes they obtained. There's no charge for anyone to come to the show. It's free, but the voting is the big thing that everybody brings their cars out for to see how they do. And then we have someone taking pictures, so at the banquet, the cars are shown up on the screen, and the winners are basically recognized and their cars recognized at the same time. So it's a unique follow-through for the people that attend.
Yeah, it really is. And as we've been talking here during a little bit earlier about this being the biggest car show in western Nebraska, it's just grown and grown over the years. How far away have people come in to bring their vehicles in over the course of time?
Well, I talked to one lady, I believe it was 2 years ago, and she was all the way from Maryland. Wow. And people come from hundreds of miles, and we don't know how they know about it, but word travels fast, and I just continue to hear so many nice comments about this is such a great show and how big it is for this small of an area. So.
Yeah, it's something that has definitely grown and maybe even potentially an international flavor with an exhibitor or two maybe from Canada or Mexico coming through.
Yeah, we're growing all the time. We've had people from New Mexico, Kansas, Oklahoma, the surrounding states for Nebraska, and we continue to hope the locals will bring theirs out. Car shows are like class reunions. It's hard to get the locals there, but we're getting more and more people who say, you know what, I need to get my car out. I haven't had it out of the garage in years, and we had people register bringing cars out we haven't seen, and they're all pretty much local within the valley area here. So that's a neat thing for them as well as our car show.
Yeah, and I would imagine that even somebody with a unique model that people may not see around the area might want to consider bringing that out. I mean, the other day I think I actually saw my first Tesla here in town, which really surprised me.
Yeah, we even bring some rat rods out, if you can imagine.
Oh yeah, it's a show that has something for everyone, basically.
And we encourage the youth to bring their cars out. Registration is free for anyone under 21. If the car is registered in their name, they have the insurance in their name, there's no cost for them to show their car. If dad or mom has their name on it, they still pay the registration fee, but they're welcome to show their cars. And we like to get the young people involved. We just gave 3 scholarships away, 1 from the college, 2 from our club, and those are $1,000 scholarships for young people who want to get into some type of automotive career. So that's part of our emphasis for this car show, is to raise money for the scholarships, and that's where our major donors and sponsors are so important for us, Scott.
Yeah, and of course High Plains Auto Club also involved in monthly cruise nights throughout the area too.
Right,
well.
First Saturday of every month, out of the Dairy Queen.
Yep, and you don't have to be a member to take part in those.
Just not at all.
If you're an enthusiast, one way or the other, bring your vehicle and display the pride in your ride.
Enjoy, you bet.
Yeah, and anybody and everybody's welcome as well, because and even with that we see a lot of different cars. Daryl said that or one day that there's going to be a guy coming out with a big hippie van, you know. So this next time over at Dairy Queen, so people can check that out and lots of different things.
But of course, the big event for the High Plains Auto Club, obviously the Rock and Roll Father's Day Classic coming up June 14th and 15th, and also includes the Saturday morning parade in downtown Gering starting at 9 o'clock, and then the show and shine on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 4 o'clock at Five Rocks Amphitheater, followed by the awards dinner at the Gering Civic Center. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
All right, thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you, Scott.